What's up, y'all? Happy Saturday Morning Live, Season 6, Episode 8. We've got my mechanic hanging out with me right now, waiting on another customer to come up here, so I just thought that we would just go ahead and get started. You can say, hey, Bobby. Hey, Bobby.
Hello.
Hey. He's hanging out waiting for somebody else. Everybody happened to be coming up here today. And I'm going to go ahead and get started with saying hey to everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Rune in the house, what's going on? Willard, Decline, Chevy Dude, Outlaw Locksmith. And it's Chevy Dude. That reminds me. When I pull in the driveway now, Bobby, we have 3 Chevys in the driveway.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's better than Ford.
Yeah. Better than Ford. 3 Chevys in the driveway. Gumby, what's going on? Dave A, Retired Butcher Boy, what's up? What are you talking about? Control keys. Control keys. Speaking of control keys, I need to get some Yale control keys. They're not that expensive, but they're still pricey. Steven's Eyes, Bon après midi, whatever that means. Don't make me pull out Google Translate on you. Tugboat Girl, what's going on? Curto, Dallas, Nate G, Dave, Mr. T, what's up? Kevin K, what's up? I'll be seeing you in less than a month. G Keyman, Robert Patton, Justin T, what's going on? Zach, it's afternoon for you, still morning for us, and it is Marathon Day, Mississippi Blues Marathon, which is one of those long ass marathons. What is it? 24? What is those? 24 miles? 24 kilometers or something like that? 24.8 or some weirdo number. And this is the last leg of it on the route this year, and we still have a few stragglers running by or walking by. Or the cones, yeah, the cones are still out, so I guess there's going to be some. Yep, there goes one right there. Let's see, is that camera up there? There you go. So, Blues Marathon. I didn't know this, but they had to qualify for the Boston Marathon. You have to run this one, I guess.
At a certain time.
At a certain time. Yeah, I'm not a big runner. They make me go to the Watermelon Classic every year because Kim and the oldest do that thing. And it's always on July 4th. And it's always irritating because I have to get up on July 4th, first thing in the morning, on a day off.
And your day off.
To go hang out at the Coliseum, or stadium over here on Lakeland. What's up, Fred? Anthony, what's going on? Devo, good morning to you. Miko Wolf, what's up? Adam Wood Spirit, what's up? Oh, I scrolled. Crawlock, what's going on? Smiley. Abel, what's up? 63 Flight, Ken Nixon. Keymad from Yorkshire, England. Or as we say in the South, Yorkshire. Yorkshire, I think it is. Update your parking signs to say, Jason, update your parking signs to say, try your best to park between the lines. Oh, and dang it, Wes in the house, what's up? I'll be seeing you in less than a month, too. What did you miss last week? You had a fireworks convention in Lake Havasu City in Arizona. James Randolph, you did the half, 13.1. Wait, you did your hair? You're running the marathon right now? Why didn't you stop in? 13.1, so half would be 26.2 then, I guess. Hop Skippity's got to go to a wedding, so be careful, have fun. Don't get drunk and crazy at the wedding. Or do. Make it interesting. Fred, you have a town that is crazy here. We have a ski jumping competition going on in Iron Mountain, Michigan. Ski jumping competition going on in Iron Mountain, Michigan. What's up, Dusty Knuckles? How's New Orleans? Still recovering from the Mardi Gras crap? Or are they still doing it? I know it's technically over, but I know people in New Orleans keep partying for a couple of weeks afterward anyway. You're not there. Oh. So you're not trying to qualify for the Boston thing, huh? All right, let's get assembled real quick. Where is my see, switch camera, face cam. We got the lights in the house. Are they working? They are working. All right. Don't be scared by me. But Locksmith assemble! Make it fade. This is now. Forgot about that. We actually have a robot. I don't know if he's even active right now. Up until
device is connected successfully.
Up until I had to kill him at the end of the year, so he hadn't come back. But we actually have a thing called JBot that will change the lights and do random things and talk through the speaker, and they can fire off music. I don't know if it's connected or not, but like if somebody in chat types party, it'll start doing, which somebody will know that I said it. Trust in the YouTubers to hit the party button. Jason said he needs to order some. The Yale, I gotta order Yale GA. I've been swamped with.
Hey, welcome on.
Yeah, YouTube Live, there you go. Like going out. It'll stop in a second. Dusty Knuckles. A couple of late parades rescheduled after bad weather, but getting ready for the St. Patrick's Day. They just kind of run it all together. We'll just keep partying until St. Patrick's Day. That makes sense. It always messes me up whenever, because our main distributor's in New Orleans. So if you order during any time at a certain time during Mardi Gras, it doesn't ever get processed until they decide to come back to work.
Yeah.
So they decide to sober up and come back to work. Which I get it. I wouldn't try to open in certain areas either during crazy Mardi Gras stuff. Too much traffic and
still finding people around the street somewhere.
Nobody's coming by. How's your new street working out in front of your place? It's just
better
wrecks or anything like that?
No, well, no. Down the street, y'all have a big one.
I was just there at Subway yesterday. We did it.
You notice all the fencing gone on the left side of the street? The car was going 110 miles an hour and ripped off the front bumper at the red light and kept on going and went on, hit the curb on the right side, went across on the left side and took down everybody's fence on the left hand side.
Which section? Between here and Meadowbrook, or
Right,
coming this way?
Yeah, going towards my shop. Heading north.
Huh. I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, you ain't gonna see it now because all the fencing stuff picked it all up yesterday.
They did that at West in front of the between Millsaps and the canopy or the Mississippi Children's Home building. They've got a black iron rail, luckily, that is protecting the building.
So that's what,
and there's a dip in the road, and Capitol Police and one of their SUVs hit it and launched their vehicle through the fence. Came like this close to the building.
wow.
If the fence wouldn't have been there, I would have gone straight through the building.
This guy here is in critical shape, but the woman that was with him walked out without a scratch. Telephone call in the middle.
That's because I forgot to.
How you doing?
I forgot to set it. Like.
I'm gonna slap out of gas.
Oh.
That ain't a good thing. I would vehicle.
What are you working on?
I saw the gas station down there empty. It don't work, does it?
What I need, a tree pump?
Yeah.
What's the ballpark number on a tree pump?
What year is that?
2000.
Yeah, it's not gonna be that bad. I have to find that out enough.
You know, because I can't work like that. I can't operate like that.
Well, witness to him, he lives right across the river there.
Mm-hmm.
Got doctor's appointment tomorrow. He called me up with his neighbor's telephone. I said, "Did you see my telephone?" I said, "No,
Yeah.
you called me yesterday." I said, "Oh, wait a minute. Janelle called me yesterday with your telephone. And I know where it's at."
Yeah, I'm trying to see if the phone is.
I come to Jackson anyway, so I'll see if I can get it.
How much damage is it?
65.
All right, Mr.
You
Bobby.
got it? Think about it.
Brakes a lot better, ain't they?
Yep. I've been driving the hell out of it.
And your pile's right there. I didn't know if those old keys fit anything else, so do what you need to do. with
Yeah, I
them.
appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good weekend.
Right.
Good luck with the fuel pump thing.
I know, right?
Yeah, he's done mine a few times too. Okay, now I can concentrate. Just like, bye, Bobby. It's no, he's our mechanic basically, but I've known him for 25-ish more years, so he's our friend. He's our friend mechanic. And then he was waiting on that guy who was a customer of ours who brought in locks to rekey at like 10 o'clock. So that's what I had just been doing, was rekeying some locks for him. And then he showed up. He had that happen. It was like he called and was like, "Well, I'm going to SE Lock," and Bobby was like, "Oh, well, I can just meet you there." So that's how that happened. Two weeks from Mardi Gras celebration, final weekend, Friday. Final weekend, Friday, Tuesday, the city is virtually closed, man. Well, yeah, I mean, if you can't move around, especially in the central, I can get it in the central district, but it, Acme is on the outside. They're out in like Slidell or something. Not Slidell. Uh, they're 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 not right in the center of anything really. They're kind of in a warehouse district. But I guess you still have after effects of it. Thank you. This is available on lockforce.store. With your car, it's good to have a mechanic friend. Yeah. Well, he was first and foremost a mechanic, but we've known him long enough. Why would anyone rekey locks at a lock shop? I have no idea. That's crazy. Why are you tagging me, Adam? Good day, Wood Spirit. What's up, Pocket Women? I didn't see you join in. Where are you? Ah, there you are. We were talking about YouTube before. When he came in, we were chatting about it. He asked how the YouTube thing was going. Thanks for posting the link, Daniel West. Could you show how those Yale IC works before I take my own apart? It's basically a chip cut. So, yeah, it's pretty easy to do. Hold on. I know I should have switched cameras, but Back. There's the core. Hey.
What's up, man?
So, do you have the operating core? I'm not. Or the operating, or not the operating key, the control key. So that's how it is. And if you look under here, there's this little bitty tab right up in there. When you put the key in, this one's not cut down, but it's only kind of slightly cut. It's like a 2-cut or something. Is that what it was? That pokes up and basically turns this back and forth. So when you put the key in and turn it, this pokes up and only turns a little bit and withdraws the lug like that. Doop, doop, doop. So if you have the operating key and not a 7-pin blank or a control blank, the easiest way to do it is, in the case of a GA, anyway, with, say, an ILCO or a LSDA key, because they're the same thing, you cut it all the way back. Like, basically, it would start right at the head. This is for anybody who wants to know about Yale IC. Now that we're talking about it. Thanks, Rune. Cut that back to there, right to the head. The head becomes the shoulder of the key, which gives you just enough to notch down like a 1 or 2 depth, whatever it is. And then copy your operating key onto that, and just be careful not to not cut too much of the tip off. And there you go. But you got to do the bottom shoulder too. So cut back the bottom shoulder and the top shoulder, and the head of the key basically becomes the shoulder stop. Hopefully somebody didn't know that and learned something today. It's always a good day if you learn something, right? I'm going to take oh, man, he threw me off. I was going to go get a special white chocolate mocha from the coffee shop because I need to spend the money on that. Now that the refrigerator's dead and I don't have my cold drip up here. I could have the cold drip up here, but it wouldn't be cold drip. It'd just be room temperature drip. It just doesn't have the same ring to it. I've been blowing money at the freaking fancy coffee shop. Forgot how expensive that is. If you have a 7-pin blank, you would just cut 1 through 6. If you're using it, yes, you can. You don't have to cut back a 7-pin blank because you've already got the 7. Unless you were using a 7 operating key. All those cores I have are 7, except for this. This one's 6. And I realized that recently. I have a ton of cores, and they're all 7-pin standard, which means you got to have an 8-pin control key. So there's no such thing as an 8-pin key. It's literally just a control key. Luckily, the locks that I have to work with are all 6-pin. But all the crap load of cores that I have are all 7-pin. Just doesn't do me any good because the housings are different. So I can't even use them. I think Rune and I both have ER1 para, the para. So it was very not for. Is that the ones that I sent to Rune? It was very short-sighted to me not to send a 7-pin blank, huh? So do I need to send y'all some blanks? I got 7-pin. I got plenty of 7-pin para keys. But I think if y'all got selling, yeah, those are going to be. So yeah, 7 you would cut back to the head, and there you go. So if you had a 7-pin, I'll send you some. Oh, wait a minute. Time out. On the para, forgot about this. This works on this Y4 because this is one of those master blanks. It works because luckily they cut the, whatever you call this, a warding or the groove. Luckily, the grooves are cut back far enough. I believe on the Para, they are not. So yes, you do have to have the control blanks. Sorry. But you can pick it. Not easily. Yeah, the warding, I've tried it on and the warding, very, very close. You could, you know, put it on an end mill or something ridiculous, but you have operating keys, but not control. So I've been successful in the past. Yeah, I've done it in the past. You can, and I've tried it on this one. I guess it really depends on a number of things, but, and I won't say it works with every one of them, but you can drill the hole. Does yours come in a housing, or you just got the core? So yeah, I don't think I sent a housing because I don't have many housings. But anyway, if you don't have the you can drill a hole and you can use a punch and punch that BI-10, but it's not great. It's not a good thing to do by any means. You can do it, but you don't like having to do it. You know, also having to get a hole centered this way on a curved surface, especially a curved surface with threads on a mortar cylinder, is not easy to do. It's possible. If you have to do it, then you have to do it. Drilling the hole in the schleg is easier, yeah, because it's like independent. That one, that's why I was tapping on there. I was trying to remind myself because I know I've been on jobs and somebody else had come along before me and drilled a tiny hole in there, and I was like, ooh, and that came in handy because it was somebody had keyed it off of a key, so I used said hole to tap it open. I already knew about the whole thing before that because I'd done it in the past, but I want to say it kind of maybe bends that, like you're causing a little bit more damage that you really shouldn't do. May not hurt it the first time, but yeah, repeated use can F it up. Yeah, you could cut a key in half and hope like heck it works, right? Hope like heck it works. Because if it doesn't work, then you got a broken key in there with a vertical drop. Yeah. That'd be one of those hold your breath. There were cut control keys in your box with the core. Yeah, I mean, I've only got like 3 GA core keys. I even sold, like, somebody requested one of our buildings needed some more core control keys. So I did the Y4 trick. I was like, you know, I charged way more for it still, but not as much as buying those actual control keys. As little as they get used, it works fine to use a Y4 if we're talking about sectional keyways anyway, or a GST for that matter. We have no work to do today, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm not going to subject y'all to what's going on over here. That's why all the cameras are up front. We can bounce up to the front, see what's going on. We've had some runners keep going by. Actually, that was a walker. Or, yeah, cones are still out. Check out this. This is I had to open and unlock this the other day, and she hadn't come to pick it up yet. This was not staged at all. There are actually spurs in here. Problem is it auto latches. So she didn't want a key. In fact, I meant to do this. Hold on. I'll be right back. I was supposed to do this before live started. Yep, there's a walker, not that one, but there's a guy in the street. Oh, there he was walking, and then he just started running. Oh, we got one. Hold up. Yeah, FN 117 CGA. CGA. Cowboy. I know that was my first thought. I was like, look at that. Spurs. How weird is that? Make you some pink key machine spurs. They don't actually sell those. I'll note. I don't think any self-respecting cowgirl would wear pink spurs unless she was like a show cowgirl. Yeah, if you're wearing spurs, you mean business, right? Found a treasure chest. It's a treasure chest. Wasn't hard to open. I just used a hook pick and reached up in there and yanked it open. I was going to do a short on it, but I ran out of time all week. Um, there's really nothing I want to do. I would say we do something, but I'm not really in the mood to do anything today. Could sweep the bench. Kind of needs it. Not too bad though. I mean, it's not bad. I don't think we should do that. That sounds not fun. I was so mad when I left the house this morning because I saw him last night. Kim had bought some. We've got one of those small deep freezers recently because we were totally out of room in the freezer. Just didn't have enough room in there. And I saw she had some bacon biscuit, egg, ham and cheese things, and I had sausage biscuits. I left the house this morning. Last night I saw them. I was like, remember to get your biscuit things in the morning and put them in the microwave and then eat them later. halfway here, I was like, I forgot my effing biscuit things. I forgot my biscuits. So mad about that. I've discontinued use of the monitor over there. That's something new. We haven't done anything with the Schlage. We could go over there and do some desk stuff, but my bench camera is there, which means I'd have to move it. Not really a big deal. I don't know. What do you want to do? Just sit here and watch traffic go by? When you said pink it. Uh, you bet she walks in, grabs the box, and flies. I know. I literally have. Where did I put it? I had a piece of aluminum. I had a thought. So I took a little piece of aluminum, ground down the edges so that it would fit in the catch, and then folded it in half so that it just slips over it. That's bad for the lock, but so is it getting locked again. And you know she's going to flip it closed at some point. If not before she pulls out, by the time she gets home, it'll be flipped closed. State of Mount Brassmore. I think they were all the Y1s because that's what I had a crap load of. So I'm pretty sure they're all Y1s that I sent out. Whoever got them more than likely got Y1s. Putting ice maker kits in the deep freeze. Yeah. So yeah, I actually could do that. We have that old copper line and it's run through behind our cabinets. And it obviously went to the freezer and the refrigerator. Something happened to it. We never really, it took up too much room. Ice maker, the bucket and everything takes up literally a quarter of the freezer in the smaller refrigerator. We don't have a fancy refrigerator. Okay, what the heck are y'all doing? Can y'all see these people over here? It's in the top right-hand corner over there. Yeah, that car that's pulling out almost hit that red car. That would be handy because now we're buying bagged ice, and that was one of the main reasons that we wanted to deep freeze so that we can move stuff out of the freezer and have a place for bagged ice. But that old copper line, I used to do a lot of that back in my younger self days, messing a lot with copper tubing. And then I had to cap it off for reasons, and now I don't want to touch it at all. It's one of those things where I don't want to move it. Like it's like we're right there at the wall. I took a blank cover plate and covered it up, but it's staying where it is. I'm not even going to think about A, running a new line, or B, until, knock on wood, we ever had to do that, which means we'd have to replace all our cabinets. So yeah, no, that ain't going to happen. We'll just buy ice. I ain't doing that YouTube video. Ryan, good job. Atmospheric rivers. I know nothing about atmospheric rivers, but that does not mean that I couldn't talk about them. I don't even know what an atmospheric river is. Gun Club has a cowboy range to get competitors. Oh, I bet they do get all dressed up. Captain, please. She'll probably do it right in front of me. Oh, don't do that. Snap. It's always interesting in how long it. So we're at mile. I only glanced at the map. It's pretty much the same as it is every year. Sometimes they go just slightly different routes, slightly different, but it's pretty much static. And I want to say that if it's 26 miles, I don't know if we decided on that. Whatever. We're at like probably mile 20 to 22, maybe. I mean, it's online, Mississippi Blues Marathon. You'll see it goes right past us on the map. So I want to say this is the last leg, and they're at mile like 22, because it's about, if they're at the Coliseum this time, that it's about 5, 6 miles. So yeah, this is like mile 20-ish, I want to say, somewhere around mile 20. I'd be running like that too if I was doing a race, which I would never do. That's runners are a little bit weird. It is pretty nice out. It's not warm. It's not bad yet. It's like the perfect weather. We have perfect weather right now for literally 2 days, and then it's going to get really cold again, and then it's going to turn back to this, and then the next thing you know, it'll be too hot to do anything, and we'll have to kick the air conditioner on. This is kind of the weird time. It could either deep freeze and get snow, or it could just not and be spring and then summer immediately afterward. I always mentioned that I wanted to like set up a little booth out there with like music kicking, and a lot of these people aren't from Mississippi. People come from all over, because I mentioned this earlier. They gotta do this one to part of it. Certain, I don't know how the rules work, but if you want to be in the Boston Marathon, you have to run this race to qualify. So this is a qualifier race. Yeah. Not as bad. You see that new one to the right over there? That came out of the middle of some lady's car one night. And forever stained that spot. That was not good. It's my parking spot. I told the dude to come hose it down and spray it, but he hadn't yet. I think they have booths spread every few miles. We're just not in a booth area. Free key cutting, but it has to be during the race. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get involved with any type of water distribution from Jackson. It seemed lighter this year. The bulk of I mean, it starts at 7, so these are like the last of the last. This kind of the more moderate pace, the ones that are just doing it for fitness or whatever. Like the bulk of them came by between like 8:30 and about 10ish was when there were full packs of people running by. It usually pulls. I don't know what the numbers are, but it's usually over like just like 3 to 8,000 or something like that. I have people come from all over countries and everything. Just the stragglers. Those are the slow people. And they're not slow. They go at their own pace. They're not trying to win. It does. We had a plumber come out because we had a leak, and I wanted him to take my hot water heater out. He gave me a quote of $500. Like fully visible lines, 8 feet away. It goes through a wall, but literally it's all PVC. So at one point, all I got to do is cut it. Well, I say this, and then cap it, take all that out to get rid of the hot water heater. He wanted $500 to do that. I was like, okay, that's a FU price, bro. I'm in this business and I know that's an FU price, because literally it was 15 minutes worth of work. And I know that is because he ended up repairing the cast iron pipe with some Flex Seal that he went and got from the hardware store for $100. Seems to work. Thanks, Phil. Just buy cat. Yeah, I'm gonna investigate. I actually replaced my own hot water heater at the house. So once I get around to wanting to do that, I ain't gonna. The 500s for the hidden gotchas. Yeah, and I get it because it's old piping that you're dealing with there, and some of it's old cast iron with old hose bibs built inline to it. It's kind of a hot mess from the 70s era, and it's that I can see it. I can imagine that there might be a gotcha thing. That's why I didn't personally hadn't personally done it yet. If you started running at 7, you'd be passing the shop right now. Next week, yeah, yeah, 20 miles, 20-ish miles. You guys ain't seen nothing if you've never been to Boston for the marathon. I bet. I mean, I see it on video. There's a lot of crazy people up there. No, I think that 500 was a whole lot of the FU price. I mean, plus I'm assuming that they would have taken it with them, so that probably included the disposal, having to take it to a dump or whatever. So, if I was in business doing that, I would probably say the same thing. Uh, just given my limited experiences on hot water heaters, probably would. Yeah, I can see it still. I'm gonna make Wes do it. You you have no placard on, bruh. Are y'all just running for the F of it? Let me guess. You have a TikTok and you're doing a TikTok video. You kind of got to have the placard to be official. Yeah, ha, 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 yeah. I'm scared. I'm scared to do it myself. Here to change your locks on the hot water heater. Run, run. Oh, that's pulling up the. Actually, we can get rid of this and I'm missing a camera here. Would be bench work front. I guess we're not missing one. Bench work front. Sure. Oh, I didn't like that. Whatever I just did. Oops. Uh, oh, there it is. Sorry, bouncing around the camera. Do you remember last week when we had it vertical? Yeah, that's why. That's why it was like that. So let's pull this up. And which one is this? It's the work cam. So we'll go back to split. And that should be that one. Oh, I see why. So we need to hide the bench cam. There it is. I figured it out. Yeah, because they kind of run from one and then keep going down the street. There you go. That was the camera I was supposed to be showing, and that's why I'm confused because I had this, and then we can hide the that camera, and then we can take this camera and move it up. Sorry. There's a glare. Ah, perfect. See you, Fred. No, it's not. We don't have any electric here or gas. I mean, we have electric. Yeah, we don't have either one. We have nothing. It's Mississippi, damn it. We don't even wear shoes. We have no gas here. They do have gas next door and a boiler. 8. How many iPhones does it take to confuse me? Yeah, a couple. Well, remember a few weeks ago we changed all the camera names to make do for shop work, and I'm not going to torment y'all with that today. So now we just have a bunch of front cameras. Hugger's back. I mean, for $500, I could go buy a brand new hot water heater and just hook it up, right? That'd be the easiest thing to do. It's actually sitting up high. And aside from not needing hot water up here, really, to do much, uh, it's taking up this much room on a shelf that I could use very muchly. I got a new baby Nakitoma too. It's like this tall. So yeah, now there's going to be a bunch of baby Nakitomas in the back. I've decided instead of tearing down certain wood shelves, just going to put shelves on top of those shelves to make more shelves. So the back right now is going through a baby boom. It's a baby Nakitoma. Oh, there's that clip. Remember I said that I made a clip to go on the this pushes the latch back and holds it in. It was sticking out, and I was like, I could just bend it down, and I could have just made a key by now. But now I'm all into the metal clips. You can't put tape across it because it'll punch through the tape, and then tape will get jammed in the mechanism. You can't take it apart because it's kind of like old school riveted to the box. Okay.
You'd stick around this long. It's just another time.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I needed, more room for plastic bins. I was like, I've even got it measured out perfectly. Sit right in the corner. I could put a shelf there, and I could literally fit
From time to time, I call you up.
18 plastic bins on that shelf.
Well, I don't mind. It's just another lie.
I think Ian just fired it off for the heck of it to see if he could hear the music.
So
Happy birthday, asshole. Shells by shells by shells on Nakitomas. Yeah, we fixed the music last week. Jason's stupid ass finally figured out what was wrong. Got the music working again. Yay, Jason. I don't know if that one was too loud or too soft or what, but hold on. I'll be right back. Yeah. All right, so I get this. Jaguar. Now, when I took this in, I've dealt with Jaguars from the 70s. This is a 72. I've dealt with Jaguars from the 70s. And I told the guy, I was like, it's a 50-50. You know, impressioning these guys is not easy to do. It's pretty much one of the hardest impressionings that you're going to have to do, especially because you have nickel plated keys. Yeah, this is like the 7th key that I've tried. So he finally called. It's been here a couple of weeks, and I'm just doing it as, you know, as I get time or as I sit here and thinking about it. And it's always, in fact, I've got a couple of old Jaguar ignitions up there. The keys are all seem to be different. Not wildly different, but a couple of them were wildly different, which means that I'm all over the place on it. I mean, I'm fair to middling on impressioning. I'm not good with 10 tumbler locks. I never was even really that great with the Fords, the 5 cuts. Wafers I can do, no problem, but this one I can't pick it. I've tried picking it. There's a thing in the bottom of the keyway. When you put the key in, it's a buzzer switch probably, I guess. And it's got it pops up into the keyway. So when you put a tension tool in there, and it's an S-shaped keyway, like a little Yale almost. Yeah, just no luck. So the guy called yesterday checking on it, and I was like, listen, I'm up to like 7 keys. I'm not going to keep doing this. I was like, just look around online and see what you can find. Thinking to myself, hey, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, he called back and he said, yeah, he could find one for $750. And I had mentioned that there is a way to take them apart. You see a little roll pin right there. And there's a little roll pin right in the corner of where the plastic doodad is. So obviously those 2 roll pins can come out and something will happen. And he was like, you know, it's not doing me any good now. I'll pay you whatever to give it a go. If you mess it up, then no harm, no foul. It's not doing me any good now. And I'm sitting there thinking, so you want me to fuck up a $750 ignition? How much is this going to be? $685, please, sir. I mean, come on. So, those of you, Jay, have you popped one of them guys out? Those are some tiny ass roll pins, and there's only 2. I took this off the other day just to see, and I've run a spiral extractor in there to see if it had any give. No, so I'm thinking parallel hole, try to get them out of there. I feel like though, once I pull that core out, I feel like it's going to be real difficult to get back together. I just had that feeling, you know? Like something, the post that goes into the back where this is, something's going to make it extremely difficult, I feel like, to get back together. I don't know. Have you ever taken one apart? Let me know. Post some comments. Because I'm going to do it. No, this is a 72. Oh, so somebody had a birthday sometime or another. Drill powered machines. Exactly. Would engineering blue to help see the marks? They're just not marking it. You would use pen puller. That's, I mean, I think they'll come out. I know they'll come out. And I know the core will probably come out, but getting it back together is going to be the fun part. Because of that strong ass spring in the bottom of the cooler. I don't know if you can even see it in there, but nah, you probably can't see it here. Since we don't have a camera up here. So, all right. Kind of in the bottom, you see like this little peg. It's like a super strong spring. And when you're trying to tension it, you have to pull down for it to clear. You know, one thing I hadn't tried though? Hold on. There's got to be a lip there. I'm curious. See, if I could get it picked, I could at least determine a few of the cuts. Nah, there's a lip. Oh, and another thing that makes these a pain in the ass, he had a key. Doesn't work it. But look how deep that deepest cut is. And I'm getting a couple of marks that appear to be that kind of deep. Right there. And maybe the tip. I'm just gonna send it. Not here on live, but I'm just gonna send it. Might make a good video. I'm gonna video it regardless. Oh, it is Abel's. Happy birthday, Abel. Early. I don't know why I didn't fire off the song again, though. Good Lord. I should have fired it off. Hold on. We better go to JBot and. No? Okay. Okay, fine. Just ignore that one. I thought I had it triggered so that even if you didn't do the apostrophe, it would still come on. Got to renew your Costco membership. Kim's been getting on to me about wanting to get Costco. I don't know why. I think something's been coming up on her feed. There you go, Justin. Something's been coming up in her feed to no, it doesn't. That's why I took those screws off. It doesn't. And I specifically took it off just to see. It's just a contact. When you push it down, it hits the contact. It doesn't do anything with the spring. We're just gonna yank them little roll pins out. Hope for the best. We'll see. Never done it. The books say don't do it. Whatever. Don't do it. You be waiting for that video?
So happy birthday, asshole.
The log bolt's under pressure because it's spring loaded. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, oof. This thing is not going to be fun getting back together. Because I'm trying to remember the similar one. Kind of like how you have to get the old Toyota, that little fork. You had to get it just right when you were putting the ignition back in. Freaking Jaguar. Jaguar. Because it's an S-shaped keyway. No, I mean, I'm going to do it. He approved it, so I'm going to do it. Only one guy, door guys from Long Beach. What's up, Long Beach? Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. It's only 2 roll pins, right? Those are super small ones, though. So that means I got to use a 16th bit, which I brought in. And there's still got my drill and stuff ready to do it after live. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for chiming in. Appreciate that. I do the videos for. What are you doing over there? Hold on. I do the videos so people can pick up, even if you already know stuff, you might be able to pick up another hint. Okay, I was thinking about that video. I was like, that Schlag one that I just did. It's like, I remember back in the good old days when I first started YouTube, and I could just upload whatever shit. If I was wrong, I'd just deal with it in the comment section. Nowadays, I have to film stuff and make sure that I'm not wrong. Otherwise, I got to deal with it in the comment section, even more so. So that's a new car. What are y'all taking a test drive over there? Must be a test drive kind of day for y'all. And somebody just parked their car right there. Hold on, let me pull the camera up. I need to get eyes outside. Oh, there goes a runner. And a new Lexus. That's kind of an ugly Lexus too. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of ugly. Look at that big old front end. I don't know if you can see that or not. That big old front end on that thing. That thing's ugly as heck. Ugh. Go back to where you were. Run. You can do it. Go, 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 go. Mark your bingo card for Sunrise Fresh Produce. We're not doing bingo, but if we were doing bingo, Sunrise in the house. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. I guess I'm gonna go get me some coffee after the live. Hey, new tool day. It's a bolt wire cutter from Doyle's. Anybody picked one of these bolt wire cutters up? In my EDC videos, I often talk about the HKS and the what other brand was it? The other one. And I often mention that these are awesome to have. And these are $6.99. $6.99. How good can they be for $6.99? That is super cheap for a bolt cutter. Wire cutter, bolt cutter. I don't really... Dude, how often do you cut bolts with your bolt cutter? I don't often cut bolts with my bolt cutter. A true bolt is a hex bolt with a hex head. How many times do you cut a bolt with one of these? Even big bolt cutters. Wire cutter, not great. I mean, yeah, hard wire, stranded wire, heck no, it's just going to chew it up. I don't know. Does anybody use one of these things? Well, obviously we use it for tail pieces and screws and stuff. Screws, yeah. I guess because locksmiths don't really use bolts. Hex bolts really start at a 1/4 inch size, right? Yeah. The only thing we use 1/4 inch for is door closers and some panic devices. We almost very rarely never use a 5/16 bolt for anything. So nothing above 1/4 inch in the locksmith world. But I guess if you bolted all day long, you may use these for bolts. If your job's the official bolter guy. But if that was the case, then you'd literally have a specific tool for it. The the V jaws on that does not conducively cut a screw or a bolt, you know, because it pinches it, messes up the threads. No, it's not a great cutter. At that price, the bolt will cut the cutter. Never use, see, nobody ever use a bolt cutter to cut bolts with because it is going to do an angle. You may do it once and then you're like, well, that was just stupid. That was a waste of time. Screwed up my bolt. Tail pieces and sectional cylinder screws. I mean, yeah, tail pieces is it, really, for me, almost. Never heard of somebody using a bolt cutter and a bolt. I wouldn't even use it. I use my 3-inch cutoff now. Bolt cutter. Maybe I'm getting old and weak and senile and lame, but it takes a lot of to do this, and my shoulders aren't what they used to be, and I ain't out for all that shit. I'm gonna grab my Milwaukee 3-inch and zip through it before I do it. I mean, I've got like a 4-foot pair that's horrible. The jaws are so, crumbed up from cutting big bolts. Portaband. I've seen those things, and I can't fathom it. I guess because I've never really put my hands on one and done stuff with it. And that's one reason why I love the 3-inch wheel is the 3-inch cutters, because the wheel's so thin, you have less material. Like, of course, you can use an angle grinder, but most angle grinders are going to have a thicker wheel. It takes longer to cut through the metal. That little 3-inch guy goes, and you're done. Well, twice, because you always cut one side, then you realize you freaking have to cut both sides on some padlocks, otherwise it won't turn it open. And you cut halfway through it, and you're like, damn it, and then you grab a hammer and you start beating the shit out of it, and then you get it off. That's exactly how it works. That cutter has the threaded holes, so I did the video on that Klein tool, but it only goes up to 10. It doesn't go to 12 or quarter, which it wouldn't work anyway. You'd have to have like a big one for that. It'd be pretty awesome if somebody made a cutter that would cut up to, say, I don't know, you'd have to have a big ass thing to do like the Klein mill or the Klein tool, but for bigger, but you'd have to have it bigger to cut those bigger bolts. You really can't effectively cut a 1/4-inch bolt easily without a power tool. I mean, once you go beyond 1032, it's pretty much, no, I'm not going to do it. Nipex bolt cutter for the tail pieces. I've not gotten the Nipex version of that. I mean, $6.99, I don't care about. I think probably it would be something I might buy in the future. But on the same token, I've got an HKS and that other brand, whatever brand it was. I can't remember still. I don't need a 4th one. Now I've got 3. I don't really need the Nipex unless I just want to bling my, I don't know. I may buy one day. If I see it on sale. Cut a Sergeant padlock with a bolt cutter, but it took a lot of effort. I made it makes your eyeballs pop out of your head when you're trying to do it. It's too much. Portaband's your go-to for cutting because it does not mess up the threads and no vibration like a Sawzall. I would be scared to use a Sawzall. I'm not great with a Sawzall. I'll put it that way. Some people are really good using that thing and they'll literally use it for everything. And I've had them in the past and I just don't like them. Maybe, if I was a carpenter or something or whatever, I could see it, but I don't see it. Hey, Zoe. I was saying see it. Bye, Zoe. Hey, Zoe. Whether you're coming or going, I think you're coming. Good day. Yes. Hey, good morning. Afternoon. It's turned afternoon. We hadn't done shit today. Shoot today. Except sit here and watch people straggle by huffing and puffing. That looks like the same angle, but it's a slightly different angle. Let me put this back. There's nothing to do today, and I'm quite fine with that because I had a few people in today, and I've made more money today than I did last week, so I'm we're ahead of last week's. So I'm fine with just sitting here not doing crap. Sorry, that's not exciting, but some days are like that, right? And I feel like another reason why I might be a little slower than normal is because of the race. People know locally, just like on game day, they don't get out. It's race day. They realize that some of the streets are blocked and they're like, ooh, I'm not getting in the middle of that. I wouldn't either if I was me and didn't have to come up here today. The only Nipex cutter I have is the wire cutters, the diagonal cutters. Okay. Don't hit them. The 8-inch. I got Night Owl a pair of those, I think, and sent them to him one Christmas too. But I hadn't really cut anything with them yet. Those are more for like electrical, and I wanna save this virgin edge for special occasions. So I'm purposely avoiding it until I have to do something electrical rated. And even then, 8-inch ones of those are kind of too big. All we need is the little tiny diagonal cutters, right? So it was just a good price, so I might as well have gotten it. I don't think it's made to cut metal, so I've been trying to refrain from using it unless I really, really have to. I'm trying to keep it copper or electrical based, let's put it that way. So now all it's doing is just rusting in the truck. You got it, bro? Looks like an old army dude. Looks like military tattoos on his arm. Time is it? 12:15. Yeah, we should be seeing at some point a motorcycle following the last person. I'm guessing that'll happen sometime within the next 20-ish minutes. Unless there's some really, really slow people. What's up, Peter Center? Hey, how are you? Good. What can we help you with?
3 good copies of that. Well, 4.
4 total?
Yes. Is Will's open today?
Until 1? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just want to talk to somebody.
Still there?
Yeah. That policeman out there was just painted on. I mean, he didn't anymore know what he was doing directing traffic for the walk. I mean, he never did call on me. He kept letting another group go, another group, and then another group. He just didn't seem to know what he was doing.
Yeah. Kind of like game day. It's a bad day to have to come out.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that until yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, I better get here early."
yeah.
So I got here at like 7 o'clock this morning.
Oh, really?
Before, because they run road test labeling right there,
Uh-huh.
and I knew if I was any later than that, it'd
You
take
wouldn't be able
forever.
to get through it. Yeah.
It's like why it's game day.
Yeah.
None of the locals who've been stuck in the traffic before, they're like, I don't think I'm waiting another day for this. I don't think I'm going to go get coffee.
Right. Oh, hey, Virginia. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize your number. So, yeah, well, they didn't have a funeral, a public funeral. It was just a visitation. but it was yesterday from
1080.
4 to 8. How much?
1080.
Yes, she had a really wicked cancer for like 5 years. So she was very sick. In fact, I saw pictures of her that were unrecognizable. I mean, she really had a terrible time. She was in a hospice care of Oshner at the end. They live, way out in the country. And you need one more.
One more.
Sorry, I'm on a stool. Um, yeah, it was, but I've never seen so many people. I mean, I guess part of that is Cass and all of her brothers, the sheriff and everybody's in politics, and so her brother-in-law's the DA, and mom was dead.
All right, I'm back. Yeah. Kind of semi-private conversation there. I noticed that, and I tweeted this morning. They put the cones out there. Oh wait, we need to go back to this screen. But they put the cones out in the middle and like leaving the whole lane open. I would have. Now it is only no, yeah, it is only 2 lane a little bit further up there, so they couldn't do it on a strictly 2 lane road. But through here, I would have brought the cones in kind of closer, right? And that would have forced the cars to drive down the middle. But like the cars have been following these people all morning and just like getting stuck behind them. It would have made sense if they would have brought the cones in to make the runners stay kind of halfway to the right of the lane and then let people go about their business that way. But because of that, people have been having to go behind a runner and wait until a cone to try to go around them, and they can't just veer out a little bit and go around them because there's a line of cones. So that's dumb. People should know that who do these races. I guess there's a reason for it, but I don't see it. I don't see it at all. It's dangerous for the runners. We're back on the Jaguar. I found a site for 72 Jag removing and better tell Jason to Google that because they show it. Okay. Let me guess, pull the pins out, yank it out, and then cuss for an hour and a half trying to get it back together? Probably is what it says. Well, you got to remove those. You got to remove those 3 screws and get the wire out of the way, and then remove the pins, and then pull it out, and then make the key, and then try to put it back together for 2.5 hours and cuss at it, and then throw it across the room because you can't get it back together and tell the customer that they're going to have to buy a $750 ignition from eBay. Yeah, just like that. I know exactly how to do it. You gonna send it to my ex? All right, appreciate that. It may help while I'm cussing trying to get it back together. I just send it. It's just like my video style. I don't go research other people's videos. I'm just gonna send it. I've done it before on a lot of ignitions, so it can't be that much different, right? I remember back in the day when you had to do this every day. Old Honda ignitions, when it worked on them, fuck the Hondas, just had to do it every day. And it sucked, and I hated it. But I'll do it. I ain't going to be happy about it. I'll be happy when I charge them $736. Bloop. That's not the water thing's coming out. No, we already talked about that. That ain't going to happen. half the people already know we're here. The other half are from out of state, and it doesn't do me any good anyway. What was that noise? Oh, let me get my eyes outside. Where's that noise? Hello, Geico car. No. So many signs now. So the restaurant started putting signs up, y'all, for their parking spaces. So now there's signs literally all the way down. I feel like that's going to come to a head soon because of that. I don't know what the restaurant signs say, but he only puts them out at 11 at like 10:45, and by then everybody's already parked there and gone for the day. He asked us when he moved in. He asked about it. We were like, "You totally should put out signs for your to-go people. At least one." He put 3 out. Well, he started with 1, then now he has 3. I mean, 1 I understand. But, the damn movie theater. People coming up in here and sitting in a movie for over an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then going bowling for 3 or 4 hours. And there's no parking in the back because they're building a parking garage. I don't significantly see the parking garage unless they literally make a covered walkway that connects it with cool lights and interesting path, like museum style, an aquarium over it with live sharks attacking defenseless baby seals, stuff like that. I don't see people using the parking garage a whole lot, just because you have to kind of walk uphill. So unless they do all that other stuff, people are still going to be parking out front when they can. I feel like Rune. I feel like there's signs down at the haircutting place that says that. Oh, that's what you think their signs say? I wouldn't doubt it. There are a lot of parts inside that, so be careful when you do it. So wait. All right. Well, let me see. Is it going to be 685? Did you already send it to me? Let me look at this damn thing. A lot of parts in there. How fun. No, just somebody asking about a safe. Mosler safe. The serial handle is 106. They searched and found a post that I made in 2017. I don't even remember making a key for a 14 alternating lever Mosler safe lock. I don't remember making the key for that, but obviously I had it, and I guess I did. That looks like it was a pain in the super ass to do. But anyway, I guess he searched on Twitter, and he was asking me about a Mosler safe. I don't know. And HKS, I tried tagging HKS, but I don't think he has a Twitter anymore. You've never been able to post. You've never been able to post links. You can do it. You can do it. I know I can. I know I can get it apart. Yeah, that's a YouTube thing. We don't have any control over that. Make a toast. I'll make a toast with some warm coffee. Well, slightly above room temperature coffee. I can't wait till I love being with y'all, but right now, since I really wanted that white chocolate mocha before live started and I couldn't, I really want live to end so I can go get my mocha. I want my mocha. Miss my cold drip so much. I almost thought about bringing an ice chest up here on Saturdays and taking them out of the fridge from the house and bringing them in here, but we don't have a whole lot of room in the fridge to keep 2 bottles of. I'm just gonna have to get a freaking refrigerator soon. Sucks. And then I was like, you know what? I could get like a cooler because up the street at the bakery they have one of those where you just open the door and you get your drink and you buy it. We could sell drinks and we could sell drinks and I could have my own drinks out of that and basically let people pay for my own drinks. I thought about that. That'd be nice. Nice. Instead of a full ass refrigerator. Can you imagine what that was? Can you imagine how many plastic bins I could fit in an area where a refrigerator sits? Dozens. Literally dozens of them. I mean, we learn the hard way if we don't moderate. If we don't moderate, hold on. Okay, now I can answer the phone. My bad. Sorry, call back. Just send it to the. Okay, now let's take a look at this. Let's see how much crap I'm going to get involved with here. $600,000. Moving the ignition barrel. Lovers Forum. Oh no, Jaguar Lovers Forum. Where's the hole you're supposed to be able to put a wire into and pop it out? Ain't no hole, bruh. No, that's not mine. Shut up. I was talking to Alexa. That one's not mine either. My goodness. No, yeah, it could be. That little doodad looks like. That's not it. Oh, wait, there's. That's not it. He has a hole in the front of his. That's not it. I'll go back through. Oh, wait. Page. Are we on a different page? Nope, it's all one page. Bob. Sorry to resurrect an old thread. 1969. None of those are just like this one, though. The one with the line drawing image that looks like a manufacturer, old manufacturer. Number 4, remove the Phillips screw located in the steering column white body which retains the switch. Well, yeah, that'd be nice as hell, but that ain't the case. There is a random Phillips screw right there. Remove the Phillips screw located in the steering column which retains the switch. Withdraw the switch. Remove. Oh no, that probably holds it into the. Remove the Phillips head screw located in the steering column lock body. Well, I mean, let's see. I don't think that does anything. Hold on, let me go find a screwdriver. I'm gonna be pissed if it works. Oh, shut up! Slow down, you moron! I'm gonna be pissed if this works. I'll be pissed by glass. See, there's one. I don't think that diagram's the same, but we'll see. Let me hold it just in case it decides to fall off. I don't think this does anything. No, it literally can't do anything. Because it's so short, it barely even goes through the middle of that. So that's not that. It's got to be those roll pins. I got to drill those roll pins out no matter what. And none of those, their ignitions were the same as this one. I don't know what model this is. That's the problem. I probably should figure that out, shouldn't I? I guess I'll call them back Monday and say, hey, what model is this? I don't know. I'm just going to send it. I know the roll pins have to come out. It's literally the only way they're going to come out. So I'm just going to send it. I'll be fine. We'll be fine. We may have a video on it one day. Jason messing up $750. Oh, instead of just a plain old I made a key for a 72 Jaguar I can put. Well, I destroyed a $750 ignition just like that. Or I saved a $750 ignition just like that. I know, Ian. It's just people. People. This one is almost assuredly not here to get shoes done. Can you see down the street there a little bit? Let me go to my camera. Yeah, well, no, that spot has a 15-minute sign in it. So that one's okay for him to park 15 minutes. No, across the street's all full. Here comes a runner, too. So this person is more than likely not going to the shoe shop. And her vehicle looks kind of recognizable. And then we got another one pulling in on the cleaner spot. It is the hour when we start to lose the spots, so. Oh, picking up food. Well, that's just fine. You can do that. We don't care about that. Builder just called 88 units ready for 7,000. Jesus. That's ridiculous. So many of those. I thought about special ordering one of those from somewhere and then trying my best to sell it to a customer here. Look at this lock. I can install this for you for X amount of dollars. And just to see how many would be like, ew. Just because it's so weird here. Ew. What the hell is that thing? What the hell is that oval thing? What about a proper cool box, the small powered ones? Yeah, but I kind of like the idea of having a cooler up here with just for drinks, I might as well sell them. Shit. Storefront. We're very successful selling Girl Scout cookies, so some contractors that come in here, I think we should. You think we should? Post in the comments. Should Jason, hold on, don't post. Should we get a for sale drinks cooler up front? We got the poll thing. Hold on. No, I don't want to start that. There you go. And, people there's literally no trash to deal with unless somebody sits here long enough to drink it. So, and it's all canned drinks. There's no reason why we couldn't. Plus, it'd bite into their sales. I'm not trying to, but I'm thinking here's what I'm thinking. More room for plastic bins in the back room. They show several different types of ignitions. Yeah, I'll scroll through them. None of them were on. Except that line drawing one. It looks kind of close. But I'll go through it later. Maybe the lock shop should have locks up front. Be ridiculous. Girl Scout cookies, chocolate, and plants. We have plants up. We're a nursery right now. Except Kim won't sell any of them. Just make the ignition video into a short title. What happens next will surprise you. Uh-huh. Boing. Put some slow motion cameras up there. There's some ice cream. Now you're thinking, Pete. Now you're thinking because they sell ice cream up there too. That'd really piss them off, probably. Get the drinks at Costco. I mean, they charge me $2 for a canned drink. That's, but I don't really have a choice. That's literally the cheapest way to do it. Anybody else, the restaurants are going to be like $3 for a drink and will have ice in them. At least they have canned Cokes. And their cooler works surprisingly well. So yeah, you could get it. Don't encourage Kim to go to Costco. I guess if we did have one of those, we would have to get a Costco membership. We used to have a Sam's membership until they started sucking. And then we just never renewed it. A milkshake mixer. And a grill. Oh, we already have a grill. We bring a barbecue pit up here and grill out on Friday nights. Did you drop something? What? Did you drop something already? Huh. Heckin' yeah. Cooking with Jason with drinks. Pop machines are $3. I know they're expensive. $2 is a pretty dang good deal. Okay, we gotta end that one. That was silly. Yes, everybody says yes. Of course, that's a no-brainer. I mean, if we can, then do it. No, whoever said no, you're totally against free enterprise and carbonated beverages. There's what do you call those things? CBD store sells a whole bunch of weird stuff. They actually have a tea, a lemonade tea. This is CBD tea. They brought one over for us to try. It makes your certain lemonades make the back of your mouth like right in here, make it just like yeah, it's like that. Well, I wasn't a fan. Make key hamburgers. We couldn't do a vending machine because somebody will literally run their vehicle through the front of my store to steal it. So it'd have to be something kind of discreet. I'm thinking like kind of back there in the corner, just so certain people know about it, and the regulars that are in here. In keys on Saturday, get charged for 20 and 3 free key tags and a free drink. That's a very complicated deal. Refrigeration is expensive and you have to sell a bunch to cover your costs alone. That's true. And that's another thing, power consumption. I don't know what current those things draw, but that's putting a heavy load on that's one thing. And Kim brought that up too. Yeah, you're kind of right about that because we're kind of at max power anyway. The refrigerator has its own circuit that's in the back. So it's no big deal. It's got its own little feed. Up here, we've already got too much of a load on it, and that probably wouldn't be great to add that extra load because I know refrigerators can kind of suck a lot of juice up. It would be nice. Let's just say, didn't y'all run by earlier? We saw y'all earlier. What are you doing, circles now? I feel like that would probably be a bad idea to suck that load, energy load up. It'd be nice, just for me. But it'd be no different than just having to go get them out of their freezer. Like the mini fridge with the glass front. Yeah, that's literally what they have up the street. But I'd have to check I'd really probably have to check the power draw and the consumption on that first. I already have trouble with cameras and lights and everything up there. Like I have no available plugs. Ron, you can do it. You got it. Go, bro. That's the only thing that kind of puts a damper on it is the power, the plug-in. I know you're looking out for my best interest, Pyro, but it's still a bummer. I'd like it. if we ever had an electrician come in to do anything, and I'm gonna get him to route out some new lines for us or something. I'm straining the grid with the lights and cameras. That's what Bobby said when he came in earlier, my mechanic. He's like, oh, yeah, a lot of lights. No, I don't. That's ridiculous. We're green. It's cold drip slush machine and margarita mix and rum. Sounds like a great idea to me. Ew, it stinks all of a sudden. Where's that coming from? It's coming from outside. Why does it stink outside all of a sudden? Man, I tell you what, they have been just tearing up that back end. Newer fridge only draws 100 watts. That's solar. Just open a Dunkin' Donuts. I was gonna stop and get donuts too, but I forgot about it. Calm down. Stay in your lane. Why were you swerving like that, bruh? Nobody will ever know. Like a, it smells like hamburgers out here. Ew. Tissue on the floor out here. Disgusting. We successfully have made it through an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes of live today, even with absolutely nothing to do besides made a few keys for a lady. So on that note, we're going to start wrapping it up because Jason wants a white chocolate mocha. Breve. I like Breve. Breve is just half and half instead of milk. Is that Frank's mom? No. I kind of look like Frank's mom. Them socks. Oh, right. Telephoto really zoomed in out there, didn't it? That wasn't a camera. That was a damn tripod. Dang tripod. Thanks, Warren. Yeah, I hope you have a great weekend too. What's up, Justin Scott? Found my order, so it's ready. I don't think they even have an app for over there. That rug really does tie the room together. I know. I agree with you. I've actually been looking for a new one too, trying to keep my eyes open for something under $100. Any rugs? Rugs are expensive, even cheap rugs. I caught that one on sale for what was it, like $35-ish, which is a great deal, and I have never seen one since. Totally should have bought 2 or 3 of them at that time. Pink purple. Pink went purple. I'm gonna confuse y'all one day and rename them to something else. It's still not permanent. It's still just a temporary situation too. This one I'll take down every Saturday and put up every Saturday for y'all. For me, actually, I kind of want it right here, but then y'all can't see it, so it's especially mine. So that one moves from here to over there during the week, and it stays lit up during the week because it's plugged into a separate circuit. Those don't. I'm not going to officially stick them to the wall until I'm ready to redo the board. And then I'll probably officially stick them to the wall. They're a little irritating right now because they're resting on the peg hooks, and when we need a key from right there, kind of have to fight it to get the key off. Yeah, I'll be thinking you're colorblind. Pink, purple, and then red turns green. What? No, lock force light. Well, he misspelled it, but lock force should change the lights a certain way. It's awfully bright. Let's do the dark thing. I mean, we almost don't need, when we light everything up, putting the top rows up there, which they're not part of lock force, JBot. Lock force! Disassemble! Purple! Purple! Like a grape. No, lady, these parking places are not for you. Not for you. Not for you. Do this one because we just heard that one. Hey, and then that's it. All right, we're gonna turn the lights back on. It's turning like we're a functional locksmith shop instead of a nursery rave. We might have a long-winded coming up here. Hold on. Yeah, thanks for being here, y'all. I appreciate it. Even though we didn't do crap today, we did learn a little bit about Yale, I see, and yeah, Jason is not around with us anymore for the time being. For the time being. One day it will return and in force. There are people running over something in the road out there. I keep hearing it. Piece of plastic in the road. Sorry. Where did Lock Force color go? Or is Lock Force not around anymore? I don't know. It may have I guess it didn't come back. Well, that's just rude, isn't it? We're going to have to fix that for next week. I will do that immediately upon my departure from the coffee shop getting my white chocolate brevet. If I remember. So, yeah, we definitely need a Lock Force reinstated, don't we? I've never figured out the shout out thing. It's supposed to SO at. I don't get what that does. It's supposed to do something other than that, and it never. I don't know what the point of that is. I think you can use it in automation with something else to make. I don't know. VL tutorial was a help. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad we got something accomplished. City's bid for garbage contract. Oh my God. It's coming up too. They still hadn't decided, and we're 2 months away from it being. They did this. I even forecasted it. I was like month 1, month 2, and then I just gave up counting the months. Sure enough, here we are right up at the end of the garbage contract, and they waited and waited and screwed around and screwed around. They made a half-hearted attempt. This is hilarious. They made a half-hearted attempt to start negotiations again and start collecting RFPs, requests for proposals, and like they're going to be going back and forth with each other until it's up again. It would serve them right if every garbage company said, no, y'all are too stupid to do what you need to do in time. And nobody's going to serve you. It would suck because they'd have to hire a bunch of city people to do it. And last time it happened, there were like dumpsters overflowing, and it was just gross. And they're just waiting till the last hour again to do it again. This is the most ridiculous city officials ever, as far as their damn garbage contract. They should have immediately started working on it. No, we're just going to throw it off till a few months beforehand, make a couple of news press conferences saying that we're talking about it and it's in negotiations. And then come a week beforehand, we're going to be scrambling. Yeah, and they're all going to get reelected. So silly. This is going to happen. If y'all follow me on Twitter, I'll be talking about garbage probably for the next couple of months. Everybody in Jackson will be like, and nobody's really thought about it yet, except for some people who find it hilarious. Sad, but hilarious. But here in the next few weeks, I can guarantee you it'll be on national news again. Jackson screws around and fucks up their garbage contracts, and nobody wants to help them, and they're in trouble. Guaranteed. CNN, NBC, all Jiva Network, all those most common ones that, so ridiculous. But we'll see. Maybe Jason's wrong. I'm not. I'm not wrong. I'm so not wrong about it. Maybe. No, I'm not. Anyway, let's get out of here. I'm not gonna go off on a tangent and bitch about that because it has literally nothing to do with me. I take my garbage home anyway. We do not get serviced by the city of Jacksonville garbage department, whoever is doing it for them. So that and SER and King Garbage, they were literally private individuals that were starting to make money by going through routes and picking up people's garbage. How sad is that? In a town of, what are we at now, 150,000? I mean, it's a small city, but it's, quote, a small, big city, widespread. And they can't get their shit together on garbage. Come on now. No, hell no. No. See, that's a problem because everybody who is qualified to become a mayor, who would normally do it, knows better, knows that it is such a waste of energy because of other people in position. You would have to scrub the entire operating government to get a functional government back in. And even when you do that, you don't know whether it's going to be actual functional government or not with the people that you get in office. What are we doing here? Hold on. Gotta watch this Parker. Okay, there's one waiting in the car, so I'm assuming they'll be right back. That's how you really feel? I don't. I'm done. We have trash pickup once. I don't. Not here. We used to have a dumpster that we had to pay, but the street people around here go heads up in it. Literally, I got a picture of homeboy. We've got our own security now. Kim had to use this thing the other day. She was all like breaker 530 calling for. No, she wasn't like that, but she had to call. We've had a few issues around here, but I was leaving the gas station the other day, and they got one of those drop-off collection boxes with clothes. And there was a guy that's a street dude that's around here that has caused a few problems, and he was like he was hanging off into, they're like baffles. So he was like, half of his body was down in there. I mean, if he needs the clothes, that's fine. Problem is these assholes start just yanking shit out and leave it all around the garbage. The garbage can across from it, somebody had emptied the garbage all down the street. And so that's why we don't have a trash picker. We don't really produce that much trash. Cardboard, obviously, we do, and shredded invoices we do. But it's moderate enough that we can just load it up in the van once a week and take everything home. Trash is every other week, but we at my house we get 2 times a week pickup. See you, Dallas. Have a great one. Yeah, we're out of here. We gotta go. What time is it? It's 1:03. It's past time to go. I'm gonna try this thing again. No, wait, hold on. I'm not ready for that yet. live in a small town, 20,000. We're lucky. I mean, all the areas around here have no trouble getting a garbage contract. No problem whatsoever. Access, yeah, we're popping out too. It's time for us to pop out. So we're done. Let me go find the end button. And then I'm going to go drill an ignition, and y'all can hope like heck that Jason decides to do a video on it one day. So you may see this in a future video. Wish me luck. Okay, that was a little much. Wait, I'm on the wrong screen. Or wait, no, I'm behind right here on a. Nope, I'm on the wrong screen. That's the right screen. All right. Thanks for tuning in today. Y'all appreciate it. Had a couple of store orders recently. Thanks for that. Appreciate y'all hitting up the lockforce.store. That's awesome that we have some orders going out. Actually, I have my own sample order that I'm putting in. I put one order in the other day, and I'm putting another one in a couple of days. So I'm going to get me some new samples, even though I don't need long sleeve shirts anymore because it's summertime. So, but I do want a couple of different versions of my Locksmith shirts that I have on there. So thanks again for the store members. A few of y'all may have already gotten a mail out. We did get some mail out the other day. Some others are waiting. So if you haven't gotten your Lockforce store members just got some stickers and some bling. Limited to what we had on hand for the moment. We're making sure everybody gets everything, but for right now, there's kind of a mix of stuff that went out. So if you hadn't gotten that in your Lockforce store member, you should be getting it. Of course, overseas or may take a little bit longer, but yeah, that's one of the things that we did accomplish. So at some point in time, if you've been expecting something from us, like a win or something like that, you should be getting it within the next week or so, or 2 weeks if you're international. All right, I'm out of here. Y'all have a great weekend. I'm going to enjoy the weather and kind of chill. I don't think I have any future videos coming out. That Schlag one, yeah, y'all have noticed. I hadn't been putting videos out appropriately. Why is this screen still this screen? This doesn't make sense. Hold up. Oh, because it's not live. Let me forward this to there. Ah, there we go. That makes better sense. All right, y'all have a great one. And I can't promise you any videos in the future because we're working on projects. Try to get some of the parts in the picture. Yeah, I'll take pictures of it definitely for the future knowledge. For anybody else that has to deal with something like that, definitely try to help that end of it. All right, so if I click this, it's still good. Now, okay, there we go. Your stream will stop immediately. Have a great weekend, y'all. We'll catch you next video.